I think it's an important factor of our O-line, and I think it's good for everybody just knowing that if one person goes down, the next person's up, just like I've been saying, and just like the coaches, next coach up, just the same way.
What's the difference between not having Coach Stud there at a game versus having Kevin Wilson and Kennedy Cook?
Honestly, really no difference. You just always hear that same voice from Coach Stud in the back of your head telling you to do your job. So there's no difference. I'll just say it's a little bit less cloudier, I say, on the bench, but besides that, there's really nothing.
Have you got your Stud impression down yet? I know you guys all have one. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Nah, I ain't got one.
And not for public consumption anyway?
No, I ain't got no public one. Maybe for like the guys or something.
There was a note that came up in the TV broadcast a couple weeks ago that your jersey might be one of the biggest jerseys ever made by Nike. Have you heard that?
Yeah, I heard that all week and every day after the game. And I was just like, wow, because like you just dream putting on Nike, and then they make whatever you want to the customized size you're made. Your body is made, and they get it right for you.
It's interesting because there's a theory about how that's supposed to look, right? You actually, Coach Dave mentioned last week about like you think it might be Shaq or something, but you have a very athletic physique. You've got strength, power, speed, athleticism. Like, how much pride do you have in not just being a big athlete, but being an athlete first, and being a guy that can out athletic, if you will, an opponent?
I take it personally, honestly. I just think just using basketball is my number one advantage, and just the footwork and what I do running the court. Coach Mick always talks about like using the field as a court. Like if I'm running a basketball court 90-something plus yards or something like that. And so he just uses that and takes that, and I take it and use it to my game. And I just take it personally that I should just be better than a normal, just big, tall guy, and be athletic and be able to run and move and stuff like that.
You got here and you committed to high school as a football player. You're on a football scholarship. But getting basketball is just, Coach Dave told the story of you going to an AAU game with his son to watch him play and how into the sport you are. When do you think that switch happened for you? Were you fully embraced football as the path?
It was just really one day it just hit me, and I just seen a bunch of guys go to the NFL, and I was just like, I know I could do that. And I always just said I was going to go to the NBA, and then just seeing other people go do it and then be the same height, weight as me, and just seeing other people do it, it just motivates you every day. And then just knowing I can go change my mom's, my whole family life every day, it's a motivation.
Dewan, how proud are you about going back to Indiana as a starter, a big-time member of this football team? I mean, how proud are you of that achievement?
It's honestly a dream, just being back in your home, just being back in your backyard, and just knowing that like you've been there, like you know what it's like, you know the environment, you know everything about that state. You're just comfortable. You just gotta go do what the job is set up to do, and just go do it.
What's the most important way that you're a better player than you were a year ago? What's the most important way that you're a better player than you were a year ago?
I would just say my grind. You just gotta dig deep, just knowing it's week 6 or week 7. I don't even know what week it is, but just knowing that the season is done after the bye week. It's getting there. You just gotta keep digging and grinding every day, and just going to tell yourself to go get better than you were the next day. I mean, the day before, and go do it the next day.
Does the competition on this offensive line help that? You feel like you probably have to come in every week and keep your job as opposed to just having a job?
I would say that I don't try to think of it like that, but just knowing that everybody else is skilled behind you, and then knowing that they're doing better than you sometimes, and so you just gotta feel like you gotta pick up your slack and pick up your end and just do better at what your job is.
Going obviously with playing a defense like what you're going to face Saturday, it's kind of a high risk, high reward thing. You all saw that in person last year. Can you walk us through prep for that? How it changes week to week? Understanding a defense might be extremely aggressive with blitzes and other teams.
Yeah, we know that Indiana runs a tons of crazy defense, but I think our coaches practice pretty well for it.
What is the key to that? What is the key when you're up at the line? You know they can come from anywhere, so to speak, from one play to the next. What's the key for you guys up front?
I would just say just practice. Honestly, it starts in practice from Tuesday and Wednesday, which is our 2 padded practices, until it transfers over to the game. And then we use our Thursday practice as a simulation of the game, just to see the blitzes and fast motion without no knee braces, no nothing, without anybody.
But you got, when you're up there on the line now and they're coming, or you don't know where they're coming, when they're coming, what is it? Just be mentally alert at all times, head on a swivel kind of thing? What's the approach?
I would just say we trace back to our fundamentals, and that's back to that Tuesday and Wednesday with that. And so once you go back to that, like, it's just muscle memory.